Hey everyone, it's Kat back again, and in front of me you might see a bunch of tarot boxes, a bunch of different decks. So I've seen a lot of people lately posting about their decks, Oracle, Tarot, everything that they happen to have. I don't have a huge collection, but I thought, what the heck, I might as well show mine, and I have the time to do some fun stuff today, so why not? Hi everybody. I just wanted to pop in and put this in at the beginning of the video and apologize for a couple of things. I did the video on my coffee table in our family room, and it probably wasn't the best place to do it because I was leaning over the coffee table, and every time I put a book down or something, the coffee table shook a little bit and the camera shook. The camera is actually my phone, but whatever it was, it shook. So I need to apologize for that. The second thing I need to apologize for is I'm just trying to work out all of this video stuff. And so there's a lot of shots of my arm. So I hope you don't mind looking at my arm and that tattoo in particular. As I work around it and figure out what the heck I'm doing, I'm sure it'll get a lot better. And I think that was it. I think that was all I really wanted to apologize for. So just two apologies, and that's really good. So now we're going to go on to the video. So I hope you enjoy it. Bye. So I'm going to start with the newest deck that I have, and it's very quickly become one of my favorites. And that's the Smith Rider Tarot deck, and it's from US Games. This is I really like this deck. I'm telling you. I don't know if it's because it's borderless. I don't know if it's the colors. I don't know what it is about this deck, but I really like it. The other thing that I really like about this deck is it comes with 4 cards that show different artwork. So pretty. I freaking love this one. It's a lot like winter, but I really like it. So this is one of them. This one I've only had for a couple of weeks, actually. The first deck that I had, and this is probably going back about 25 years ago, was like the really gaudy yellow Rider-Waite-Smith deck. Oh man, it was not a pretty deck. I had it way back then, like seriously about 25 years ago, and I started to learn, and I practiced for probably about a year, I would say, and then life just got in the way. I got married, got pregnant, had baby, didn't have time to do anything, so there we go. So when I came back to the tarot this time, this was the first deck that I bought, and I bought it because I wanted something that was really traditional. So this is the Universal Tarot, and this is by Lo Scarabo, I think. I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Oh yeah, Lo Scarabeo. I don't know, I'm probably saying that wrong, but that's who it's from. And I really like this. It's the Universal, and it's got like different languages on it. And I used this for a long time while I was learning the cards, while I was learning all the meanings. I really like this 3 of Swords with this guy at the bottom. You don't often see that. So for example, in the the Smith-Waite deck, the 3 of Swords doesn't have the guy at the bottom. So I really liked this deck. Quickly became a favorite. I'm not a big fan of the back. It's not very pretty, but all in all, it did the job. So there you go. I also have the Wild Unknown. I think everybody has this deck, or a lot of people have this deck. I don't use it a whole lot. I do really like it, and I like using it with the Oracle deck that goes with it. But I'll do an Oracle deck some other time, or an Oracle deck video some other time. So I'm just sticking with the tarot today, but I won't take this out because I'm sure everybody has seen it. Most people have it or have seen it being used. But I love the packaging. I spent years working as a graphic artist, and so packaging and layout and that sort of thing, fonts and all that sort of stuff, always interests me. And so I really do like the packaging of Kim Cran's work. Yep. This is a deck that I got. I thought I was going to like it, and I really didn't connect with it very well. This is the Triple Goddess Tarot. It's beautiful. Like, look at the artwork. Seriously, look at the artwork. It's just beautiful. It's a deck with just with just majors, just the major arcana. It's so pretty. And it's also got cards for each chakra. And the images are and the colors, like, seriously, look at that. The colors in the images are beautiful. So that's Passage, Song of Creation, so that would be the Fool, Sanctuary, aren't they beautiful? Flying into Spring. Oh no, maybe that would be that would be the Fool, sorry. Song of Creation would be the Magician. Seated Angel flying, like, they're just beautiful. Beautiful as they may be, this is another deck that I just didn't really connect with, but it's got a nice guidebook, and I think the guidebook was part of the problem. There's just so much information for each one. So for Kundalini Rising, we have the traditional translation, Alchemy and Transformation, Awakening to the Archetype, Everyday Encounters, Nature's Healers, Soul Message. And there's lots of information in here, but I don't know. Maybe it was the time in which I got it. Maybe it was just too much for me at the time. So not that I'm going to get rid of it. I'll probably keep it and, maybe have another go at it sometime. So there's that. Next on the list is the Ostara Tarot. And although I do love the packaging, and I like the booklet, the guidebook, I'm not a big fan of the cards, and I was really disappointed by that. So this is, this deck was created by 4 different artists. So each suit was done by a different artist. And I don't know. I've used them. I don't use them a lot. I was just kind of, I don't know, just kind of disappointed with them. They just didn't, oh my goodness, there goes the sun. They didn't, I love that one. That's the cover of the box. So there's the swords, right? It's very difficult to tell what they are. That's cups, I think, with water, 10 of cups. Yeah, they're hard. I find them hard to use a little bit. And I was excited about getting them, but I haven't used them all that much. They're very pretty, and they have the beautiful silver gilding on the edges. They're just on the green. I mean, come on. The green is gorgeous. But unfortunately, just a deck that I didn't ever really mesh with. So that's another one that sits on the shelf a lot. The Line Strider Tarot, another beautiful packaging. The colors, the artwork, everything is just gorgeous. Oh, you know what else I was going to say about the Ostara Tarot? Sorry about that. Is the cardstock. I don't know what they were thinking. It's like hard. They're hard cards. Really difficult to shuffle with. Not user friendly. You might want to take that into. And it's too bad because they're Canadians. Guys, you should know better. Okay, anyway, sorry. Line Strider. Love this deck. I love the artwork. So the guidebook is beautiful, white glossy paper. Again, that really speaks to my graphic artist. Two of Wands. Look, oh, he's so cute. So with keywords, we have some information. Yeah, correspondences. So there's numbers, associated birthdays, associated plants. So this is, what is this? 7 of Cups. So lilac, lotus, mugwort for the witchy-witchies in there. Like myself. Yeah, I really like that. The other thing I really like about this deck is it's super easy to shuffle. They're really high gloss. They're very, very glossy, but really easy to shuffle and so pretty. I think I really like the simplicity of the cards. You know, look at that, 9 of Cups. Guilty Kitty. Temperance. 10 of Pentacles. Love that with the greyhounds. We used to have a greyhound, and he was like the best dog. He was my soul dog for sure. Puppy, his name was Trap. He died of cancer a long time ago. So anyway, yeah, I really like these cards. These cards I use during the summer because I find them really nice and airy. So spring, summer. Yeah. 7 of Cups. Really one of my favorite decks. And I don't have a lot of decks. I try to control my spending habits. Anna Kay, oh my goodness, what a mess. Anna Kay was one of the first decks that I bought when I was learning again. And I'm still learning. We're all learning, right? There we go. This was the first deck that I edged in black. I think it looks so much better. Yeah, I'm another great deck. And I think it's because the images are so clear and it's such an easy deck to read. It's such an easy deck to learn from. I remember being a little frustrated because some of the cards didn't really jive with the actual meaning of the card, you know, as it's laid out in like the Rider-Waite-Smith books. So I found that a little difficult. I can't remember which cards they were. Yeah. Oh, this one, I remember. Yeah, I remember this one gave me some trouble because for whatever reason. But anyway, such a pretty deck. This was like after the Universal Tarot, this is the next one that I went to and started to use a lot. and I really liked it. I found it really easy to read, easy to learn from. Colors were beautiful. The imagery is nice. Look at that. It's so pretty. Queen of Cups. The High Priestess with the phases of the moon. That inner knowledge. Intuition. King of Pentacles. Ten of Swords. I especially like this Ten of Swords because you know, all this has happened, but he's still going, and he's getting up, and he's moving on, and there he goes. So this was definitely, I don't use this deck very much anymore, and I really should, because I do like it a lot. I really do like it. The guidebook is doesn't really give you a lot to go on. I found that when I was using it as a learning tool, I needed to use some extra resources. I just didn't, oh, sorry, that's the dog. I just didn't find there was enough information in this guidebook. Okay, apparently there are, sorry about that, people outside who are going to murder me, so the dog's having a fit. So the next one I'm going to talk about is the Visions of Life Tarot, and this is from Russia. I really like finding decks that come from other countries. So I actually want to do a video on this deck by itself, because this is not your typical tarot deck. And there are not, in fact, the only video that I could find on this deck was in Russian. So I spent a little bit of time using this deck, and I really like it. And it is a tarot deck. It's got the major arcana. It's got the 4 suits. But it, you know, all has different words on it, different keywords. Reflection, you know, looking within yourself, fertility. So this is it's kind of a fun deck. I don't want to show too many cards because I do want to do a video on it, but I don't know. It didn't ever seem to catch on here in North America, but I do really like it. It's got, doesn't come with a guidebook, but it comes with this little white book inside, and it just gives you the word. It doesn't even break it down into suits or anything. You kind of have to figure that out on your own. So it just gives you the card word. So for example, curiosity, and then it gives you some keywords to go along with it. So this, I think, is a fun deck. And that's the Visions of Life. And it's from Taroko Studio. I have no idea if I'm saying that right. Taroko? I don't know. But it's from Russia. So that's another one. Now, let's go with this one, the Slow Tarot, which I got not too long ago. This is by Lacey Bryant. And her artwork, let me tell you, something else. She is a very talented artist. Now, these are not in order because I use them all the time. Judgment, 9 of Cups. I know that there's been some unhappiness out there with some of the cards. Not everybody likes all of the cards. I think one of the cards that people are unhappy about is the Devil, and in here it's not called the Devil card in here. Oh, there it is. It's called Temptation. And some people have been unhappy with the portrayal of the card with this image. I happen to like it. That's just me. You know, I'm a 50-year-old, slightly overweight woman who sometimes has trouble saying no to temptation. So, again, I'm, you know, pretty open to artists' interpretations. And I try not to let anything really bother me or get under my skin. And I think that's probably age talking. And honestly, I mean, I remember when, you know, everybody on a card would have been a white, Caucasian, straight person. You know, that's my generation. And so, and also because I was raised in Northern Ontario, there was one East Indian family and he was a doctor. And I think there was 2 Asian families, maybe I think Chinese probably. And the rest were white, Caucasian, mixture of English and French Canadian. So not a whole lot of diversity there. So that's the way I grew up. So, but this is just it's a beautiful deck. A lot of people don't like the borders, the use of borders. There's another greyhound. I love the use of greyhounds in decks. They're such a historical dog, you know. So this is a deck that I use a lot. And I think it's because the artwork is so easy to read with. It's just so full of story and rich in symbolism and just the colors and like, honest to God, I wish I had like a tiny bit of her talent. Anyway, that's the Slow Tarot. Now for this one, the Marielle. I have to admit that I am some kind of intimidated by the Marielle Tarot. And it's not because it's dark. I just don't get it. I think my problem with this deck, regardless of how beautiful it is, I just don't, I mean, really, look at that. It's gorgeous. And the gold gilding, like, it is beautiful. Like that Strength card. Come on. I think my problem with this deck is that I feel like I don't have the knowledge with which to read this deck with any sort of justice. I just don't. And I feel bad about that because I want to, but I just don't. Again, people have had issues with nudity in these cards. So, and the Hierophant, like I know that bothered a lot of people. It doesn't bother me. You know, it is what it is, and it's the artist's interpretation again, Marie White. But I just feel like I just don't have the knowledge in order to do this deck service. So I don't really use it. I've tried to use it, and this is a deck that I'm going to hang on to and hopefully work my way up to. Because it's gorgeous. It really is. And the guidebook, I love the guidebook. There's some juicy bits in here. And it really does give you the information, or gives you a lot of information that you can use when you're reading the cards. You know, for example, 3 of Cups, and she talks about Aesop's fables. There's a story about a raven who lived in a city scavenging scraps. So she does give you a ton of information. I know a lot of people have this deck or want this deck, and I thought that I was going to love it, and I want to love it. I really do. I like the backs. I really do want to love this deck, but I just feel like I don't have the knowledge with which to do it justice. So it's going to sit in my little not closet, in my little shelf until I feel like I can really do something with it. And that's just not right now. Shoot me now, people. Shoot me now. I don't know how I managed to forget this because it is my all-time favorite deck. But I don't keep them like on the same shelves. It's kept on a higher shelf. I don't know why. And I totally forgot to add this. The Dark Mansion. It's my favorite deck. Oh my God, can you believe it? I even bought the like the collector's edition with the lovely box and everything. If you don't have this deck, like you should, look at these cards. The cardstock is amazing. I have no idea what it is, but it's like silk. It's so soft and smooth. They are a handful for my hands because I have tiny hands, as you can see. So they take up most of my hand. They're big cards. But oh my gosh, do I love them. This is another deck that doesn't come with a guidebook. No guidebook at all. Not a little white book. Nothing. You just have to use your knowledge. So gorgeous. I think a lot of people have done reviews on this deck, so I'm not going to say too much other than to add, what was I thinking? I can't believe I forgot to add this deck. Go figure. Okay, that's it. So those are the decks that I have. Not a ton. And honestly, I don't think that there's going to, I don't think that I'm the type of person who is ever going to have a ton of decks. So anyway, that's me, and that's what I've got. That's what's sitting on my shelves right now. So I hope you had fun. And next time, maybe we'll look at some Oracle decks. Okay, so hope to see you then. Bye.